Welcome all of you. Organizations are groups of people, but then there's a difference between group and organization. Organization is a group where you have very clear formal guidelines about conduct. Clear goals are there, clear objectives are there, clear vision is there, clear mission is there, clear strategy is there, hierarchy is there, structure is there. The way people work, systems that is called. The systems are very well defined and very clear. Efforts are made that more and more people are able to be part of organization. Organization should be an open body, not a very closed body. By being open body, it means it should be open to feedback. It should be receptive to feedback. So it can get feedback from customers, it can get feedback from society, it can get feedback from stakeholders. It should be, the boundaries of the organization should not be very rigid. They should be receptive. They should collect information, they should collect data, they should collect feedback. They should welcome others who are willing to help the organization in its growth. Because organization is what? Group of people. And it bigger the group, the more opportunities organization has to extend its influence. Every organization has its impact on society, impact on people. There are different ways in which the organization influences society. Organization is a self-rejuvenating body. It will keep on revitalizing itself. If there will be problems, there will be drawbacks, there will be difficulties, there will be minus points. All these will be handled by the organization by self-rejuvenation process. And these self-rejuvenation activities are continuous. They may happen anytime. If there are any drawbacks, if there are any weaknesses, there are forces in the organization which will act to rectify the problems. So in this way, the problems are rectified. Organization is able to revitalize itself. That is very important. Continuous revitalization of its own activities is very important. There are ups and downs within the organization, but the problem are handled well because there are forces. Everybody is well-wisher of the organization, everybody is a part of organization, everybody wants to take proactive action. If it is not happening, then you should apply OD exercise, organization development exercises. What is OD? OD stands for those interventions which are designed to bring revitalization activities within the organization, which are designed to enable people to take proactive actions to transform the organization. If there are any downfall activities, if there are any negative activities, OD activities will try to transform the organization towards positivity. So organization development includes all the interventions which are designed to transform an organization by self-rejuvenation process. So people should be able to revitalize, people should be able to develop, people should be able to revive the glorious organization again through OD intervention. OD intervention has certain assumptions, and these assumptions are essential for organization. These assumptions are that organization is really a positive framework, that people really want to develop organization. Everybody is competent, everybody is really positive, everybody has the capabilities to contribute to the growth and development of the organization. There should be openness, there should be collaboration, there should be transparency, there should be collaboration, there should be environment of mutual trust, mutual support, mutual belief, trust, that all these things contribute to the growth of the organization. There should be encouragement for creativity, encouragement for innovation, encouragement for starting something new, dynamics, and positive activity. All these things contribute to organization, right? So these assumptions are essential. If you have these assumptions, organization is able to grow and it is able to self-sustain itself, right? Organizations have a hierarchy. There will be some minimum hierarchy in any case. Minimum hierarchy is better. Longer the hierarchy, longer the chain, there will be bureaucracy, there will be problems, there will be difficulties, there will be red tapeism. Ultimately, the organization will get disintegrated. What we find in public sector organizations or in government department is that there is a long hierarchy, and ultimately what our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji wants to do, he's not able to do, because he thinks something, he gets that message to his next people, then next people, then those people transmit that message to next people, then those people will again transmit that message to next people. By the time the message starts from top, it is very positive, very good development society. When it reaches at the bottom, then it loses its meaning, loses its purpose, loses its context. And people at the bottom are least interested in helping the common people. Their only concern is their job should remain permanent, they should get minimum work to do, and they should try to intervene and slow down the work so that somebody lubricates them so that they work. So they are very corrupt people, majority of them. What people at the top wants to do, the people at the bottom wants to do the opposite. That's what I want to connect to you. This is the outcome of a long hierarchy in an organization. If this hierarchy is removed and there are hardly two levels, then what Narendra Modi ji wants to do, he will be able to actually do it. So he will have to, if he really wants to transform administration in India, he will have to do away with most of the public sector organizations. There should be minimum number of institutions, minimum number of organizations, no obligatory work. Only those who really want to work should be allowed. And there should be clear communication, proper communication with full freedom, full autonomy, full decision-making powers, so that people are able to actually execute something really important for the benefit of the world. Every organization has this thing. Bigger the organization, more bureaucratic it becomes. When the organization becomes bigger, its power, its influence, all these things increase. That's good. But simultaneously, it becomes bureaucratic organization. It becomes hierarchical organization. It creates so many rules, regulations, procedures, which ultimately curtail its own ability to do something really important. The impact of the organization is on its ability to influence the society in some positive direction. But that will happen if the hierarchies are minimum, if the organization is a very cohesive group, very clear about mission, vision, purpose, objectives, strategy, and very high level of mutual trust, cooperation, collaboration, transparency, openness, flexibility, adaptability. All these things will create great organization. And then the impact of the organization will be outstanding. So to create a great organization, you have to first of all change your mindset. Changing an organization into great organization requires change in the mental approach of the leaders. The leaders must understand that their purpose is not to grab power, but their purpose is to be enabler. Hello. Yes, so creating a great organization should be your purpose, and that doesn't require you to work very hard. That only requires you to work smart. That requires you to have very clear understanding that to create a great organization, what you have to do, you have to create trust, collaboration, innovation, positivity, mutual uh, belief, resilience, openness. These are some of those things on which you have to focus. And if you can apply these things, that all these things will help in development of organization. It will convert it into a great organization, which will help, if the organization grows, it will help you. It will help every member in the organization because everybody will enjoy working in a great organization. Your dreams are fulfilled, organization objectives are achieved, and the impact of the organization is visible on society. Every organization must contribute to the growth and development of society towards positivity. The growth and development of the society depends upon positivity within an organization. So if you are able to extend the influence of the organization, the entire world is benefited. सृष्टि की भलाई हो रही है. So in order to create a great organization, you have to create a positive framework, which is very easy. What is there in the normal world, you have to just go opposite. In normal world, we find competition all around. But if you really want to create a great organization, avoid competition, promote collaboration. Competition will kill the organization. People will have no trust, no collaboration. People will not be able to work together, and ultimately it will destroy the organization. So what you find in prevailing world all around, just reverse those processes in the organization. And situation all around is that they don't trust anybody. But if you really want to create a great organization, promote trust. Within your organization, there should be an environment of trust. The environment all around is lack of experimentation. Nobody wants to do experiments. Nobody encourages experimentation. But if you really want to create a great organization, just do opposite. Promote experimentation. If you will promote experiments, there will be creativity, there will be innovation, there will be something new, and ultimately your organization will become outstanding organization. So these are subtle things which you have to learn. And the best way to learn them is to be a part of a great organization. So if you get an opportunity, undertake your internship in some great organization. If you get an opportunity, work in a great organization for some time. That will help you to sharpen your vision, clarify your vision. That will just transform you completely. And you will be able to open up the difficult path, remove the difficulties, remove the hurdles, and clear your path, clear your goal, which will be possible only if you are very clear. So clarity in your mind is really essential. If you can become clear about what you do, want to do, how you want to do it, it will really help. And just focus on that. Clear your goals And that goal should be clear in every member of the organization. If you are true leader, then true leader is somebody who is able to have a very clear goal, clear guideline, clear focus, clear vision, clear mission, and is able to communicate it to everybody in the organization so that everybody is working at same wavelength, same mindset, same approach, same goal. And then there is a unified effort, there is a unified initiative. Ultimately, all these things contribute to transformation of the world. So, create a great organization, be a part of a great organization. Fortunately, in India, we have plenty of great organizations. Sulabh Shauchalaya, outstanding organization. Seva, Self-Employed Women Association, great organization. Blind People's Association, only blind people are working, but they are doing outstanding work to help others. Amazing work, great organization, right? Sure, Society to Uplift Rural Economy. In a difficult environment of Balmer, they are doing really outstanding work. So there are so many such organizations. Work with them, benchmark against them. Benchmark against the best practices. You may open a bank, doesn't matter, but service should be with the same spirit in which Sulabh Shauchalaya people work. Commitment should be similar to that. So put your benchmark to Sulabh Shauchalaya, put your benchmark to Seva, put your benchmark to Blind People Association. Follow them, the way they work. Apply their principles in your organization, whatever you do. Because you have to create your own organization. Your organization will depend upon your goal. If you want to become a philanthropic entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, then probably you'll be setting up an organization to spread happiness, to spread joy, to spread well-being. Your impact will be very huge. Your vision will be very high, and you will be remembered for generations. But if you don't want to do that, if you just want to become a commercial entrepreneur, no problem, you may set up a factory, but your factory should be different. There should be joy, for people, there should be happiness, the workers should feel pride, there should be profits due to the creativity and innovativeness of workers, not due to exploitative practices. So all these things will contribute, and ultimately you will be able to create a great organization, which is our purpose. If you apply your knowledge on developing a new organization with thorough commitment, with thorough it will be a great service to mankind. You will be able to create a great organization. Sometimes it may be possible for you to transform an old organization, but generally it is difficult. It is difficult to transform an old organization, but it is easier to establish a new organization with amazing positivity, amazing proactiveness. It is easier because if it's a new organization, you can select people who are really committed, not on the basis of caste, not on the basis of certain reservation, but purely on the basis of their commitment, purely on the basis of their competence, purely on the basis of their own goals. So select the right people, organize them well, remove hierarchies, bring down organizational clutter, make direct communication easier communication, and ultimately you are able to achieve your goals. That is what is more important for us. So wish you all, and I'm sure all of you will be doing outstanding work, amazing work, and the world really expects that from you. The world wants you to perform the work that you have to do, which is ultimately to become a great social entrepreneur. You can be in any field, in technical field, no problem. Ultimately, when your work creates greater social benefits, more social benefit than social cost, then you become a great social entrepreneur ultimately.